News Update Coronavirus April 13, 2020. Note, this is a collaborative video made between Travel for All Fanpage and Knowledge of Coronavirus channel. Please respectfully welcome everyone. The following is the remarkable news most on April 13 as follows. 1. U.S. News. About tracking COVID-19 cases in the U.S. last updated April 13, 2020 at 8:30 a.m. ET. Source, Johns Hopkins University Center for Systems Science and Engineering. The number of cases infected in the U.S. is 557,590. The number of deaths is 22,109. New York has become the epicenter of the country's outbreak, with 190,288 confirmed cases and 9,385 deaths so far. When adjusted for population, that translates to roughly 978 known cases and 48 deaths for every 100,000 residents. 2. Other news of U.S. Follow CNN. Virus may dash Trump's plan for a Big Bang economic opening. Virus may dash Trump's plan for a Big Bang economic opening. President Donald Trump almost certainly won't get his Big Bang reopening of the frozen economy. Many state governors and big city mayors are nervous about a premature end to stay-at-home orders. Trump can't simply force them to open up. The government seems to lack the necessary readiness to reopen the country safely. The series test capabilities needed to make a periodic return to normal life before the pandemic is prevented are not near the level needed. Many say that Trump wants to reopen the country soon, but the real power lies with the governors. 3. Follow CNN. China's PLA Navy is controlling coronavirus and aircraft carriers deployment proves it, report says. A Chinese naval flotilla headed into the Pacific over the weekend, evidence that the People's Liberation Army Navy has done a much better job controlling coronavirus than the U.S. Navy, according to a story posted on the PLA's English-language website. Chinese carriers are carrying out this operation, while 4 U.S. Navy aircraft carriers as USS Theodore Roosevelt, USS Ronald Reagan, USS Carl Vinson and USS Nimitz have reported cases of coronavirus infection, disrupting activity. Their activities. 4. Up to 6 a.m. on April 13, Asian time, according to Worldometer's info, over 1.8 million cases in the world, more than 114,000 people died from COVID acute respiratory infection 19. There are many cases in the world that are American. It was followed by Spain, Italy, France, Germany, England, China, Iran, Turkey and Belgium. The US and UK are the 2 countries with the highest number of new cases and deaths in the world in the past 24 hours. 5. Saudi Arabia isolating thousands of visitors in luxury hotels. With nearly 4,500 new cases of the coronavirus virus, the Saudi government is spending millions of dollars to isolate thousands of foreign visitors and those exposed to COVID-19 in hotels, some in rooms. Luxurious. Currently, Saudi hotels are nearly empty as the country has stopped flights, blocked cities and imposed national curfew to prevent the spread of COVID-19. 6. France News. France will prolong the blockade. AFP news agency, quoted private sources, said that the blockade in this country can last through 15 th. The time limit for the blockade order is currently in place and may end after May 10. Le Journal du Dimanche also said that travel restrictions could last until the end of May, while the school would only reopen at the beginning of the new school year in September. In France, as of the morning of April 13, the COVID-19 epidemic killed 14,393 patients, with an increase of 561 cases in the past 24 hours. The total number of patients infected with coronavirus in France is 132,591 cases, the 3rd largest in Europe, including 2,937 new cases. in addition to 27,186 people who have recovered and been discharged from the hospital. France estimates that tens of thousands of other virus infections are being isolated and treated at home. 7. Korean news. On April 13, according to the Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the country recorded 25 more cases and 3 new deaths, bringing the total number of cases and deaths in the country to 10,537 cases and 217 cases. According to Yonhap News Agency, this is the second time since the end of February South Korea has less than 30 new virus infections. But authorities are still on high alert for outbreaks at churches and hospitals as well as cases from foreign countries. 8. Chinese news. According to Reuters news agency, by the end of April 12, China had an additional 108 new cases of coronavirus and 2 more, while the previous day had only 99 cases and no deaths. Particularly in Hubei province, there were no new cases. In addition, on April 12, China recorded 61 positive but asymptomatic cases. 9. Mexico news. The Mexican health sector said that on April 12, Mexico had 442 new virus infections and 23 deaths. The total number of confirmed Mexican cases is 4,661 and 296 deaths. Deputy Health Minister Hugo Lopez Gatell said that according to the government model, there may be many infected people who have no symptoms or have not been diagnosed. The actual number of people infected with the virus may be much higher. 10. Spanish news. The number of new Spanish virus infections on April 12 continued to drop to a record low since the outbreak. The number of deaths was 619 cases and the number of new infections increased to only 2.6% with 3,804 cases. The total number of Spanish deaths from the COVID-19 epidemic was 17,209 and the total number of virus infections was 166,831. With evidence of a strict blockade order in place effective March 14, many factories and structures are getting ready to start work again on Monday, April 13. 11. Germany news. Since the COVID-19 pandemic broke out in late February, Germany has recorded for the first time the number of people cured more than the total number of people still infected. Statistics from the Robert Koch Epidemiology Institute, RKI, show that the total number of COVID-19 patients as of 6 a.m. 13/4 in Germany is 127,574 cases, of which 60,300 have recovered. During the day, Germany recorded 140 more deaths, bringing the total number of deaths in the country to 3,011. 12. Standing at the almost empty St. Peter's Basilica on April 12 for Easter, Pope Francis urged people around the world to unite to confront the COVID-19 pandemic. On Easter 12 April, Pope Francis sent a message while standing at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. However, inside as well as outside, an atmosphere of silence enveloped. According to the New York Times, in a message about spreading hope that was broadcast live, Pope Francis said that the world that had faced the era challenges and now is under pressure due to a pandemic are facing severe challenges for our entire human family. Our newsletter is now over. Thank you for always watching and supporting our videos. Knowledge of coronavirus, channel and travel for all fantage respectfully, and see you in the next video.